live. We may be live. Two seconds. I may be live. Let's test. I'm alone, so I gotta do a quick audio test. It doesn't say I'm live. But Streamlabs says I am. Curious. Streamlabs says I'm definitely live, but YouTube, I don't know. Oh, we are. Okay, doing a quick audio test. Allow me to mute myself here. Streamlabs says I'm definitely live, but YouTube, I don't know. Oh no, we hearing double. Well, at least we know that works. Cool. Right. Right now you guys have a black screen. That's not what we wanted. Let's keep that up. Keep chat up. Okay. Look at this professionalism. Amazing. All right. So, today we're doing another dev stream. It's Pete's Techno Takeover Part 2. Oh no. Why has that happened? Bear with me. I'm apparently stupid. Alright, this should be working. I apparently don't have the technology to look at chat and do this at the same time. Let's just get into the meat of it, shall we? So, this week I plan to actually get some spells done here. And I'm aiming to make a good start on it. Let's switch our screen here. Boosh. How's that for you? Lovely. Lovely, I bet. Okay. I best put in the chat for the guys that I started, just in case anyone wants to drop in. But if not, we will work alone. I'm fine with working alone. I'm just texting mates real quick. It's always such a technical minefield. You're like, will it break? Will it not break? I don't know. So it's been a while since I've actually looked at all this stuff. So yeah, this is here we go. I'm glad this is running still. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, so basically, I was talking about the different types of magic last time. And we had our seven forms, which would be evocation, fortification, conjuration, manipulation, disruption, transmutation, and invocation. And I'm gonna aim to complete at least 10 spells per in this stream. That might be a tall order, but I think the first thing will be getting the format of the spells down so we can have easily manageable variables for each spell. So there's things to consider with how the game actually is going to work. Of course, priming magic is you hold this. You hold the left bumper in order to actually prime the spells, which means that we'll be able to have more powerful spells the longer you hold it. We're also going to be having stuff that interacts with magic, like parry and dodge. So there's going to be some odd spells. So I think first, charge attacks have 2 stages, complete and incomplete. This one I want to be more incremental than either or. So I think we'll start by doing some basic spells for each form of magic. Okay. How are we gonna set this out? Let's start by making one of these. Actually, we'll just use this. No one else is using it right now. No one else is using it, so we will use it. Oh dear. Why is it grouped? Ungroup. I want the title small. Screw it. You know what? Just delete it. Just delete it. It's fine. We don't need it. Just delete it. Right, so I really like Myra for how easy doing this is. So generally in the game, you're going to create spells by collecting scrolls. I wonder, having some that you can obtain through artifacts that you give Zamar would be cool as well. Good old Zamar loves a weird artifact. But I imagine some of those spells would be ones that give you corruption. So I imagine let's start off by doing one thing. Have we set a maximum corruption value? I don't think we have, but we can. Okay, easy. Done. We have now set a variable. So max corruption is 999, because that's a fun number. Minimum corruption, I want to say 0. Let's actually change that. There we go. So not 1, but 0. Okay, now let's set up some variables. We need a table. We can actually use a similar table to this, probably. Okay. Let's make it all same color. Alright, that'll do for now. Maybe. We like blue, we like green, I think. Or not, actually, purple. Purple for magic. The color of magic. Beautiful. Okay. So, what size is that? 36. Alright, so let's do spell name. Let's do circle level. Actually, before that, form. Ooh, who would have thought? Control P. Hey, there we go. Magic form. Magic circle. Okay. Now let's clear all these. Beautiful. And what size is that? 18. Okay, we can have that as 18. Take off bold. This is gonna have to be a lot smaller. Oh gosh, that's not what we wanted. Undo. Just make those a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we can't just make it uniform smaller. We're gonna have to manually do it. And we'll go from there. Whatevs. Whatevs. You know what, actually? Screw it. Let's do that. Let's try and make it uniform. I'm sure there's a way to make it uniform size. Hey, that's how. Okay. What else do we have values-wise? So, we've got the form type, we've got the circle. So let's say range. And we're gonna make a note here. Units in. So we're gonna basically do a D&D type of thing, which would be 5 feet increments, maybe, in relation to the character. Or maybe let's do it like this. 1 unit. One unit equals 5 feet. Here, make that down to this one, whereas there, and down to this one. This one will be the air effect. You know what? Let's change that. Okay. 1 unit is 5 feet, so this will be the range. Area effect, and this one will be range. Okay, gosh. So we're gonna need other stuff like probably travel speed. Charge effect as well. So range, air effect, what else? There was something I was going to put here, but I forgot immediately what it was. it be cast time? Minimum cast time? Oh, I cannot tell. Okay. Charge effect. Do we have another thing we need to put? What else do we need in here? Let me see. Maybe a duration? Or travel time? Or spell type might be good. Delay time? No. I think travel time makes sense. And then of course we need duration as well after. Okay. Make bold, make big. Now because these are all uniform, I should be able to shrink it all. Okay, good. Look, the aesthetics are important. Alright, let's think of, gosh, there's gonna be 70 of these. And I'm offline somehow. That's fine, that's fine. Didn't need it anyway. I think I'm overloading my terrible setup. Okay, bro, let me, okay, let's start this. So some basic spells. I think we may have to expand that later, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. I'm gonna put this to and effects. Okay. So the most basic of basic would probably be a firebolt. So let's start with that. What should we call it? Call it a firebolt? Call it a fire strike? Should we not rip off D&D that much? Flame strike? Nah. Yeah, actually, Flame Strike's kind of cool. Flame Bolt. Bolt of Flame. Bolt of Flame seems fine. Magic Form. Evocation. Magic Circle. 1. Minimum cast time. This is going to be more or less instant. Animation speed. Oh, this might be a problem if they're all different sizes. Hold up. Let's see if we can. Oh, come on, bro. Let's just put all of it. To 36. Okay, good. Bolt of Flame can stay bolded. The formatting that you never think is going to be an issue, but then becomes an issue. There we go. Okay, area of effect. We're going to say one target. Range. Should we say 50 feet? 50 feet might be a bit far. 30 feet? 30 feet seems reasonable. So we'll call... this already is getting tricky. Screw that. Okay. I don't want to do the math. 30 feet. Charge effect. Increase number of targets. Shall we say... +1 per... So the travel time should be pretty damn quick. Feet per second. Takes less than a second to and this is gonna have to home. Okay, aim effects. One target. Homing. Feet. Woo. So the minimum cast time should probably be as fast as animation allows. What if your dexterity affected how fast you could cast? Or your agility? So based on weapon swing speed, that would be kind of cool. So you'd want to build agility as a pure caster? This would be interesting, actually. Okay, so here. We can do this. Cast time is dependent on agility. Stats. Minimum cast time. Minimum cast time is equal to this might be something new we're doing here. Cast time is dependent on agility stat. Cast time shortens based on agility stat. Based on agility. Minimum cast time equals minimum swing speed with short sword. We'll say short sword. Okay. So we did need the notes after all. Okay. Cast time, agility based. That's gonna be kind of cool. So let's also add to agility. Improves weapon swing speed. Let's add this as a dependent category. I think there's nothing else that improves magic speed. Goodness me, that's a big old arrow. Are you meowing? Hey bud. My cat's saying hi. Bring front, perfect. Increases, improves magic cast time. Okay, seems reasonable to me. We'll deal with each one as it comes. Okay, so for evocation, we want that. That's actually kind of slow. Make that faster, more impactful. Additional effects is something we should also add to. Okay, let's do that. This is going to be useful during ignites, ignites fuel. Okay. Seems reasonable. Oh, there's no way I'm getting 70 of these done today. That's for sure. Let me just check the chat to see if anyone's dropped by. I think it's just me watching. That's fine. I don't do it for the viewers. I do it because I need to get work done. Okay. So this is one bit we should figure out. Increased number of targets could be interesting. One thing, damage I should add as well. Shoot. Can I move this one? Shoot, no, God. Let's see if we can, put damage over. Boosh. Boosh. Okay. So I wonder what damage, what increments we're using here. Increase number of targets. +1 per half second. Okay. Let's do the damage then. So let's just set a base amount here. I haven't done the numbers on the weapons either, but we're gonna have to start. So if I work out in my head what the numbers will actually look like, maximum character level is 35, maximum ability value is 50. Magic Mastery does what? Object area size or range 10%. That might not be that impactful for this one. I'm looking here at the map. So I mean, with 3 of these though, you're looking at like a range of what? If it's 30 feet now, we're looking at 33 feet, 36 feet, 39, and basically 40 feet. 48 feet. So it almost doubles, to be fair, which is fine. Triggered small explosion, taking the same damage type. Yeah, this should ideally be something you can weave in with your combos. That's how I think about it. This actually could be cool. Increased number of bolts. Let's do that. Hang on. So increased number of bolts. Chooses same target unless another is nearby. So they'll automatically spread the damage. But if there's one enemy nearby, they should all head towards the same one. Should I have a max number of bolts? Max. Increase number of bolts, +1 per 5 seconds. Choose the same target length unless others nearby. Max. Increased. Okay, hang on. Increased number of bolts up to circle level. So the max will be. Actually, no, that's a bit. Is that a bit lame? So you can choose 2 bolts at 2nd level, 7 bolts at 7th. Yeah, that might be kind of cool. Circle level value +1. Okay, so you charge, you get 1. Okay, let's try this. So +1 bolt per 5 seconds up to circle level value +1. Choose the same target unless another is nearby. Is within, let's say within 10 feet? 15 feet? 10 feet. Let's get rid of the space in between that. It's gonna really annoy me. Right. That seems good. That seems like a fun spell. It's got like utility because you can ignite things like puzzle in the puzzle setting. So you just lock onto a flammable target like a brazier or something, and you just boosh, ignite it instantly, and it'll stay lit, which will be nice. Travel time wicked fast, duration straight away. You can charge it from the outset when you get it to create 2 bolts, which will be nice. Half second might be a bit fast. This might be a bit slow actually when you're higher level. Hmm. That's gonna be something I'm gonna need to look at. Because what if you charge it based on your intelligence? So, do I have a value for this? Agility, senses, counter. That's fine, that's not it. What about... Okay. Weapon damage, yada yada. Damage reduction, magic damage. Increases, percentage increase in accumulated, can elevate stats over 50. Ah, that's a thing. So the damage, let's say if it's 50, okay, so we need to figure out like a damage formula involving intelligence. Should it be, maybe I make that faster based on circle level. +1 bolt per half a second. So a second's quite quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, is that fast? Is that not fast? There should be a way to, maybe you can get, I don't know, how can I make that faster? So charge time, is there any bonus for that? Doesn't seem to be. Damage reduction, magic damage reduction, transmutation, okay. Disruption, manipulation should this not be weapon damage and instead be charge time? Effect duration. Is this one being weapon damage a bit cheap? So far, this like manipulation is really good for offensive builds. Like super good. Conjuration. Yeah, I kind of want that to be like that. Damage reduction. Tricky one. Is it like, I don't know if that's too slow. Maybe we put in things later that increase that rate. Like items. An item could solve that gap. Let's put in a no for that. Just because. And then we'll figure that out later. Items will be available. That will shorten charge time. That might be fine. I think, okay, so the last thing I gotta figure out is the damage formula. So let's say 50, or we could say 45 to 55 as like a random roll between 45 to 55 plus, and we'll do, so if your in-stat can go to a max of 50, let's just eyeball a number here. And say 10 times int. Is there another symbol for that? 45 to 55 plus 10 times int, something like that. Is that too much damage? So I mean, when you've got 20, bloody hell, wait a minute. If max is 50, that's 500. Okay, let's redo that. Let's make that something more like 2 times int. That should be more reasonable. Okay. In my mind, that seems to work. Because it means when you're low level, that should scale up fairly linearly. And it should start off low enough, but then end up high enough that you want to keep using it, especially if you build items to increase the charge rate, in which case you just go whap and send out a whole bunch of missiles. I think that's going to be cool.
Hello.
Oh.
Let's go to begin.
Bloody hell, that song threw me.
Level A. The
Okay.
word is
So we've done evocation. Let's put it that way. Let's do a fortification one.
That's good. Cowboys. Correct.
Now, this one's probably just going to be a basic buff.
Correct.
Right, what should we call this? Stone skin? Hardened skin? Stone enhancement? Stone-like? Stone-like skin. Stone skin. This will be another basic one. Cast time. This one I want to be cool. This one's gonna need a little setup time. Should we say 5 seconds? 5 to 3 seconds seems fine. Okay, 3 seconds. Damage, not applicable. Air of effects. We could say... We could say self-only, I wonder? Let's say self-only, and then have a better one later. Range... not applicable.
Cowboys.
Charge effects.
Cowboys. Cowboys. Cowboys.
I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Cowboys. Cowboys.
But you'll have to charge it for 3 seconds to cast it. Applicable. Duration, shall we say 5 minutes? Or is that too short? Actually, why don't we do this? Minimum cast time 1 second? So you can use a short version in battle. 1 minute per. You can do a max value of 7 here. Could be cool.
I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable.
I don't know. Duration. That seems like it's getting overcomplicated, to be honest. Does it need to be this complicated? I don't think so. Let's set this to 10 minutes or maybe a number of hits. Maybe. Duration, 10 minutes might be okay. Okay, so, as for the effect, I think it can reduce... What damage types have we got? Acid, cold, fire, lightning, mental, and poison. So I'd say reduce normal, poison, and fire damage. Reduce normal, poison, and fire damage by 30%? 40%? Let's try 30. That seems fine.
Willkommen in der Sklaverei.
Nein, danke. Ich war schon mal verheiratet.
We can have a greater version. And we'll make this a, should we say, third level? Third circle ability? Maybe a fourth circle ability. I think that seems reasonable. Cast time 3 seconds. Damage none. Area of effects, I would say party. Range. Yada yada yada. And we're gonna do this. That seems fun. Everything else, I think, remain the same. Cool. I'll probably move this down later. That's fine though. Greater Stone Skin. I think that's fine for a basic fortification spell. So now let's try Conjuration. So this would be... I think this would be the, hang on, I lost track of it. This would be like summoning plants and stuff like that. So I think we're gonna have our first crowd control spell, which would be Grasping Vines. And we're looking at Conjuration. Make this green. Magic Circle 1. Minimum cast time. So this one I want to be quite quick because we want to use it in battle. I don't know why that decided to expand the thing, but that's fine. We'll type it. Damage, none. Oh my gosh. Okay, target. So this would be... So this one's actually going to be based on an area. So this will be... range, let's say range 30 feet again. Let's make it different just because. Should we say 20 feet? Maybe 25. Area of effects. 5 foot points. Area within range. 5 foot area within range. So increase. Let's do plus 5 feet per. And this is going to be aimable. Oh, shoot. That's one thing I should do. Okay, we're going to have to do that too. Ugh. So, aim. Target type. Targeting. Type. This one's going to be aimed. Aimed. Shoot, man. Okay, let's make this whole thing smaller again. It ain't simple making spells. Let me tell ya. Okay. So this should actually be earlier. Damage, targeting type. Yeah, let's do there. Okay, so let's copy this. Copy all that. Boosh. Boosh. Targeting type. Holy crap, what just happened? Did I just refresh it somehow, or did I delete everything? Okay. Oof. So snap targeting. Snap 2. Stone skin. So okay, this is where our self only can go. Self only, area of effects, applicable. What else we can go like this? Cooper will know what it means. Targeting type. Okay, so area within range, area of the ground or wall. This is the kind of stuff that you write, and then your coder loves you for it. Absolutely loves you. When you're telling him how to with that simple wording change, I've created a whole bunch more work for Cooper. He loves it. I'm sorry, Cooper. 5 feet. 5 foot area of surface within range. 5 foot area. Okay. But the plan is. Oh, have I got duration? Yes. Okay. Duration. Should we say 1 minute? Okay, anyway, we'll figure that out. 5 foot plus 5 foot per 0.5 seconds? Seems like a good interval. Let's actually make that a thing. Shoot. Oh, I need that. Okay. Up to evocation circle value level +1. Nah, yeah, we can change this. Okay, so we need another one of these. Alright, so let's put you charge effects. Okay. We made a decent start. Maybe we're just gonna end up doing one of each family this stream. Because it's kinda getting there. Getting late. But this will give Cooper some stuff to do, that's for sure. 25 feet plus 5 feet per 5.5 seconds. Okay. Travel time. Instance. Okay, duration. Let's say 1 minute. Or 30 seconds? Maybe less. Duration. What about... seconds per... Is that too short? Yeah, let's do that. 10 seconds times 10 seconds per conjuration circle. Okay. 10 sec per concentration. Okay. Seems fine. No damage. So what I want to do... So where's our effects? Here they are. Our conditions. could actually put burning on for the firebolt. Let's try that. So ignites fuel, inflicts burning for 5 seconds. That seems nice. Let's actually add immune to burning. Okay, seems cool. Alright, so now we've got stagger and we've got knockdown. Inflicts stagger. Interesting. Okay, let's check on stream. How we doing? Are we still going? Yes, we are. And it's still just me watching. Well, that's fine. I am okay with this. I don't need the pressure. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so now I do want there to be something interesting where you can upgrade this. Maybe if you could upgrade it so that it becomes like poison vines. Let me see. Maybe that should just be higher level versions. Or poison ivy, maybe? So it's going to inflict stagger anyway. Whoa, what happened there? That seems kind of weak. Is it just me? It depends how fast, really. Maybe how about this? Inflict stagger. With 10% per conjuration circle level chance to knock down. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. So now that's usable at higher levels, I would say. What is this music doing, bro? It's going crazy. I think that's a good starting conjuration spell. Maybe let's add one more thing here. Vines can be climbed. Okay. That's a nice spell. Short range, utility, useful in battle. Can be expanded with higher charge. Seems cool to me. Fairly quick to cast as well. Yeah, so that'll be good if one single target is coming into attack, then, you know. One thing I should figure out is the maths behind inflicting effects, because I want it to be basically like a roll-off between the enemy's ability to recover or resist. Let me see, actually. How fast a creature can recover. So it seems like it always inflicts at the moment. There's no, like, resisting. Which might be fine. We don't want to copy D&D too completely. I'm okay with that for now. Let's leave it like that for now. So really tough enemies will just be like, whatever, they'll shrug it off. Was there a duration on stagger? We'll have to work out the maths for that. I'll have to work out the maths for that. So the maximum is 50 for an ability. 50 should basically reduce it to 0. Let me see. It will have to be a different duration for each type of effect. I'll have to work on that later, actually, because right now I'm not in that kind of headspace. Let's do this. Let's make it big. Oh my gosh. Cool. That'll be something for me to find later. But for now, let's go to our first manipulation spell. Now I think this is going to be something like a catapult spell. Actually, we already kind of have one. This can be the lift spell, I think. Let's do that. Simple utility spell. Manipulation. Oh, it's lift material, isn't it? Do we want to have lift stone? Lift wood? Let's try it. Lift stone. Wood. Or it could be move stone, move wood. Levitate stone? I think lifting might be fine. Let's stick with that for now. And then eventually more spells that actually do damage with that. So maybe you could combo them. So lifting something up and then smashing it down could deal extra damage. That could be kind of cool. Is that the right color? No, not really. Not really, not really. But close enough. What else? What else? Manipulation. This will be 1. Lift stone, lift wood. Let's maybe have metal? These are two quite easy materials, I think. I think we'll start with that. Cast time. Let's make that agility based as well. Damage. We could drop stuff on people.
You won't fuck with us. Nah, you don't really want to fuck with us.
I wonder, something like weight damage per. How about this? Deal. Is it in kilograms? I wonder which unit of measurement could be used. You'd say kilos. 10% weight damage per 5 feet? So then at 50 feet you're looking at... No, that's too much. Hang on. Is it too little? Too much? 10% weight damage per 5 feet. So at 50 feet it's dealing 100%. Okay, that's not enough damage. So... Hmm. 10%, 15%, 20%. So I want to have it like basically 30-ish feet in the air. It's doing. We may have to tweak this later once I know what unit of measurement he's using. So we'll say 20% weight damage per 10 feet in the air. Let's say that's kilos. Okay. That might be okay. We'll try that as a base. Because I know he's put weight values in, but I just don't know what the weight values are of stuff. So we'll have to tweak that. Targeting type would be an object. Which would, I guess would be snap aiming. Okay. Area of effects. So the charge effect would be. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be area of effects, object, he wanted different spells for different materials. But mechanics-wise, they're gonna work the same. Range, I suppose something like, let's use whatever he used, to be honest. I reckon we could make it 30 feet. I don't see anything wrong with that. Man, I'm just realizing how much time is going to be involved in doing a full suite of spells. If we're talking like 70 spells, dude. That's crazy. Like, this is going to take a while. Charge effect. This would be object. Hang on. Object can be lifted and direction controlled. By a left stick. Let's try that. The arrows, are they interchangeable? Yes. Let's just say via movement. Okay. Lifted in direction controlled via movements. So this would be okay. Boosh. Travel time. Instant. Duration. I guess until release. I think that's probably fine. Well, this is probably the duration it stays put. Turrets. How about this? So, tap the prime button again to hold in place. Tap prime button. Tap prime trigger. Tap prime after release to hold in place to hold object in place for duration. Seems fine. So you can release it and have it fall if you want, or if you tap it again, it'll hold it. So the question is how long for? I think this one should be another scaling thing, where it's manipulation 10 sec per conjuration spell level. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 seconds per conjuration, per manipulation spell level. I think that seems fine. Two, 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe 5. Bloody hell. 5 seconds per manipulation. Circle level. Bloody hell. Maybe I should have this stone doesn't, you can't quite hold stone as long. So let's make this one maybe 3 seconds, and wood can be a little longer. I think we'll start with that. That seems good. Okay. So I imagine you can stand on. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to disruption. So, disruption, magic of illusion and systems, altering perception and affecting biological processes. Okay. So this is our roguey type of magic. This one should be fairly easy, because I'm thinking it will just be basically a charm. Maybe lasting 5 seconds per circle level? Maybe, what should we call it? A turn trader? Simply charm? I don't think so. Traitorous charm? Paranoia? Paranoia seems cool. But that might actually be... No, you know what? That's going to be a higher level one. Let's actually put that here, because I'll do that right now. Okay. But the first one should maybe be just simple charm. Or maybe... Let's try that. Charm. Disruption. Let's change the color of this to blue. Paranoia should probably be a bit of a higher level one. Shall we say 3rd circle, and then at 5th circle you get an even better one? Yeah. Let's try... Let's do this actually. Boosh. Boosh. Oh gosh. Boosh. Mass charm, say? Greater charm? Panic? Paranoia? So if we have charm at 1st level, greater charm, paranoia here. Targets friendly creatures instead of enemies. Okay, well, I mean, mute. Ooh. Silence could be an easy thing to do. Slow, stagger. Slow could actually be... Slow could actually be good here. As like a first level thing. Based on what that is, because it seems to move speed and weapon damage reduced by 30%. Was there a duration on grasping vines? Yes, there was. Inflict stagger. And slowed. Whilst in area. Do we have prone here? Knockdown. No, it's knockdown. Yeah, that still seems fine. That's a complicated spell, that one. I still like it though. These ones I don't like as much because there's so much you can do. Like mute is gonna be a disruption thing probably. Poison's probably gonna be something else. But I mean, we just want something really simple to start with. Maybe screw it. We'll start with paranoia. Why not? Make it a really simple one. And just we'll figure out more as we go. Let's just make it a simple charm. So we'll have it level 1, we'll have it agility based. Ugh. I hate that I can't just copy the text itself. I mean, I can, if I'm not silly. Like that. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna damage, none. Targeting type, snap, area of effect, single target. That'll be fairly easy. Range. This one I'm hoping for a little longer. 40 feet. Okay, charge effects. I think this would maybe be increased duration. Travel time. Instant. Ooh, actually, so it could be I don't know. Paranoia. Was there anything else? So maybe. Oh, that's silly. So that starts simple and then becomes quakers. So instant disruption. 40 feet. So this can maybe 2 seconds per level. 14 seconds is quite a while. Okay. Extra effects and charge effects. What is it going to be for this? Charge effects inflicts charmed. Obviously. Yeah, it is just charms. Inflicts charmed. That's quite powerful. Okay. Inflicts charmed. What else? What is going to be a charge effect of this? Maybe actually range increase? It's a bit difficult though with the snap skill, isn't it? Let's actually change it. So, 2 seconds. Okay, let's change this. So, this will be 2 seconds per half second, 2 seconds per second. 1, 2. So if it's 1, that seems actually kind of good. 3 seconds per second or 2 seconds per second? 1, 2, 3. I actually needed to change this as well. So there needs to be another note. So and what it was charging.
Apollo 13 flight controllers, listen up. Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster. Go. Retro. Go. Vital. Go fly. Guidance. Guidance go.
Charge.
Surgeon.
Go fly.
Econ.
We're go fly.
GNC.
We're go.
Tell me.
Go.
Control.
Go fly.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Roger.
Up to circle level. Relevant circle level. Into 1 plus increase charge effects. Charge increases. Charge increments. Increase by +1.
Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American standing on the surface of the moon on this July 20th, 1969.
Relevant circle level +1. Charge increments. Does that make sense? Charge increments increase by relevant circle level +1. Charge increments. Charge is incremental by relevant circle level +1. So 2 increments at circle level 1. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. That should make sense. Okay. Whew. My brain die. So now, I need to figure out what this is going to be. I reckon... inflicts charmed for 3 seconds. Right? And then... yeah, no, that's fine. Inflicts charm for 3 seconds. Can unlocks unlocks dialogue options. This is one that should probably give a bit of corruption. Shoot, man. I've reached the point where I can't edit. Oh my gosh, edit. Okay, here we go.
Suck my dick and lick ass.
Let's actually do this. Oh, it's pretty wide. Okay, man. It gets real complicated real fast. Corruption added. So flaming bolt. Should that add any corruption? I don't think so. It's kind of an elemental thing. 0, 0, 0. Boosh, boosh. This one, I think, 5 corruption. Or 10 even. Okay, so charge effect, duration. I don't know if there should be a charge effect. It's hard to figure out this one. It's real hard, actually. I should just put something really simple in, but I can't describe exactly what I'm kind of thinking about. Because I'm trying to think that I'd like it to get more powerful by charge effect, but also by how many points you have in your disruption. But like, oh, wait a minute. Ooh, okay, I thought of something. So we will say, hang on, inflicts charmed. Duration, let's have 3 seconds. 3 seconds, so then the charge effect would be plus 3 seconds per manipulation circle level. Right. I'm stupid. That's not what I mean. Per plus 3 seconds per per 1 sec. Okay, so that can take longer to charge, but it gives you should we say 4 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be about right. 4 seconds. Now, what's going to happen is that there's going to be an additional effect with this based on your... So, inflicts charmed. Hang on a minute. I think I might need my music to go back. Where's my music at? We're almost there for today. It's taking a bit longer than I thought. Seconds. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to our screen. Bada boom. Alright, we're almost there. So, what I had in mind with this, so charmed, inflicts charmed, and then increase inflicts charmed and increases all damage dealt by 10% So if you're max level manipulation, this is gonna, actually maybe I could 20%? 15% times 7? 15 times 7 is quite a bit actually, but that's fun. So plus 4 seconds per host. Okay, 4 seconds. In the heat of battle, I think that's going to be actually quite a bit, but we'll have to look at tweaking it if need be. I kind of like that one as it is. So it's a single target spell, but it's a very powerful single target spell. because it turns the enemy against its friends, which is nice. So next we're looking at transmutation. Altering physical composition or chemical processes. So this could be... Do we have our shield spell as a... Hang on. After casting a spell, your next weapon attack deals additional magic damage with a type reflecting your most recalled spells. Magic damage, reduction. So this is your anti-magic stat. 20% resistance to all conditions. Resistance? Let me say that resistance isn't a thing. 20% chance to ignore conditions. That makes more sense. Intellect contributes towards total damage reduction. That's nice. Okay, so where is the sort of shield parry? The magic parry? So let's have a look here. I had in mind that it was going to be a spell. Combined with prime magic. So charge attack. For specific spells, that should be fine. Okay, what else? This is gonna be later. That must have confused people. That definitely must have confused people. Sense magic. That's fine. So let's actually do the block, the magic block. So how is it going to work? See, I knew how it was going to work way back when I did this initially. Okay. I think I know what I want to do. I think I want this to be our magic shield. Oh no, hello. It's there. Transmutation. This is tricky, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have changed that. It seems I knew what I was doing way back when. Okay, let's leave that as is. Because this one is actually the magic shield. You may now block with magic at the cost of some mana. Prime plus parry and evade. This can also block magic. Okay, so no. Our transmutation spell is not going to be that. So what else can our transmutation first level spell be? I think I know. Maybe to turn the floor to ice. I mean, that's kind of a conjuration thing, to conjure ice. Or freeze. I could just call it freeze. Transmutation. Altering physical composition. So if it's sucking the heat out of something. Transformation. I could just call it slip and have things fall over. It could be a fun mechanic to summon ice that way. For like, for puzzle purposes. It could also be a slow called Leadfoot or something, but I kind of wonder if that would be better as, say, a fortification spell. That could be a kind of cool fortification debuff. Altering the existing properties of something. Yeah, that actually sounds like a fun fortification debuff. Alter the existing properties. Alter the shape or location, alter perception, affecting biological processes, alter physical composition. Physical composition. Does that include ice? I think, yeah. Say if you're changing rubber to, I don't know, oil. That seems okay. Invocation would be the next one. See, that one could be interesting because it could kind of be an invisible wall. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. So let's have our first transmutation spell. And let's have this one be... I want to say... This is going to be an ice spell, which will probably be able to inflict slow. Well, maybe not slow. Turn to ice. What should I call it? Should I just call it slip? Why not? Okay, what color is that? Purple. You can make that more purple, that's fine. Transmutation, level 1. This is also, I think, going to be agility based. It basically work the same way as grasping vines. Deal no damage. Let's have it cover the same area too. Because it's quite a similar spell. But it will have a much different effect. Or should I just call it turn to ice? Ice transformation? Icification? Freeze? Freeze! Freeze! I don't know. Turn to ice? Ice sheen? Icy surface? Let's do that. Frozen surface? Or I could just call it freeze. No, we can do a different spell for freezing something. Screw it. Okay, let's do this. So boom, boom, boom. The time... I think this one can last a little bit longer because it's not a living thing. 20 seconds per transmutation. Oh my gosh. Transmutation circle level. 0 on that. And then we shall say that it will inflict knockdown. Inflicts knockdown. Eliminates friction or reduces friction. Maybe this one can do it at damage. I mean, I wonder. Should it do something based on your level? Reduces friction. Freezes water. So let's say the area should maybe be a little bit different. So this is plus 5 feet. So let's have it start. What's the range to start with? Area of effect, 5-foot area. Area of effects. So let's change this. So this can be a 10-foot area. That increases more slowly. So plus 3 feet per that much. So it increases less, but it starts bigger. That's what we want. Reason being is it's much harder to freeze a larger area than it is to freeze a small area. So that should be fine. Now the duration is something 20 seconds per transmutation circle level. Is that too long? Maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely too long. Let's make that 5. So that disappears more quickly. 5 seconds per transmutation circle level. Inflict it's knockdown, reduces friction. Knockdown and slowed whilst in area. Let's see if we can we put anything else here. Broken bones. Move speed and weapon damage significantly reduced. Transferring from... Okay. Maybe we actually have this one as a bound as well. So we can use this one on areas or creatures. Freeze area. Freeze creature would be the next one. Let's try that. Or maybe let's try this. Icy surface. Freezes water. Can be walked on. Same for the lifting ones. Boom. Okay, that's actually fine for now. That's a good amount of utility in a single spell. It's kind of similar to the other one, but that does give us a chance to have fewer sort of dungeon designs in the early game, which will be very nice. So now let's look at the hardest one, which will be our invocation one, which is going to be a little tricky to figure out. Is that orange? No, it's not. Okay, we want pinker than that. That'll be fine. So, what do we call this? I think this is definitely going to cause a little bit of corruption. I'm thinking 5, but I'm thinking it should be something fairly simple. Just causing a supernatural effect, like an invisible wall or something like that. Let's have a look what we can do. We could do Steel Voice to make them mute. It shouldn't be anything too brutal, just because that's going to be reserved for the higher level invocation spells. Invocation and disruption spells are definitely going to sort of cause corruption. This could be a stunned thing. Unnatural vision. Or it could summon something to attack. I think summoning something is not good for a first level one though. If we're only after a first level spell, this needs to be something quite minor. I'm gonna have a think, just a minute. Maybe like An invisible prison? That could be quite simple. Isn't that kind of like a conjuration thing? Well, maybe not. If it doesn't exist, but it's like supernatural in nature. Kind of like the stealing the voice. But I mean, that's quite similar to, that would be like an area silence. But I mean, that's kind of advanced tactics for early game, to be honest. I think maybe an invisible wall might be the trick. Or a spatial disruption. Let's put, invisible wall. Let's try and make this work. So this one is gonna be... I think we'll make this agility based but chargeable. Damage, none. Maybe invisible prison. Spatial wall, invisible wall, spectral wall. It could hurt certain enemy types. So the enemies have to path around it would be kind of interesting. I could just make it an afraid thing. I don't think that's quite what we want. Let me just look at this again. So, magic of the immaterial. Yeah, I like the idea of an invisible wall for something like that. Laws or beings outside the physical world. So, invisible wall works quite well for that. Okay, so let's have targeting type, area. Area of, should we say ground? We could maybe jump on this, actually. Should this be a set distance away, maybe? Like an area in three-dimensional space. This one shouldn't be tied to the ground, I don't think. Okay, let's see. So, let's say... Hang on, I think I know how to work this one. Right, so... targeting type... let's say straight up 5 feet in front of caster or aimed. Okay, whatever. Let's do that. Okay. So how big should it be? I think it should be 5 feet by 5 feet. Oriented perpendicular to caster. Okay. Area of effect. What's the range gonna be on this? This one's probably gonna be fairly short range because we're gonna use it to jump onto extra things. Let's say 20 feet, I think. Actually, no. This is what's gonna change. So we'll say 5 feet. Let's say that. Area of effect, so it will be 5 feet. X, Y. And Z. X, Y, and Z axis. Wide, feet high, 150. Is that too finicky? Screw it, let's do... that seems tricky. Maybe it should be a wall. It's gonna be tricky to do. Let's take out the third dimension. Okay. 5 feet in front of caster. Okay, so the thing with this charge effect should be will it increase the size? Hold up, mirror wall. Let me see. Oriented perpendicular to caster, 5 foot by 5 foot. Charge effect can maybe create additional charges. So let's see. how about this actually? 5 foot in front of caster. Let's just say directly in front of caster. Or aimed, oriented perpendicular to self. Okay, so I was gonna have it so you could jump on this thing, but that kind of clashes with the lifting. So instead, let's just make it so this reflects things. So charge effect would be right. Almost there. Oh my goodness me. So this will be hold to aim. Hold the direct mirror. Mirror shield, should I call it? I like that. Directly in front of caster while aimed, 5 foot by 5 foot. Five foot by 5 foot, oriented with view. And for character, okay, hold direct mirror. So I don't think this is going to, yeah, each, okay, hang on. I think I know what to do. So reflects, light and projectiles. Reflects light and projectiles. Every projectile consumes reflected, consumes how much mana? We haven't looked at mana yet, that's a thing. Bloody hell. We'll have to figure out mana cost. Let's add that anyway, just so we know. Okay. It just keeps getting more complicated, as you can see. I think we'll deal with mana cost a different day, because I've run out of brain power. Reflects light and projectiles. Every projectile reflected consumes mana. Consumes. Let me see. So that if you just hold that down, it's going to drain. If and stealth can be used to avoid detection. I want to say by chance. Can be used by 10% chance. 10%? No. 12? Nah, maybe more. So 15% chance would be 6 would be 90%, and 7 would be 100%, right? So 105%, really. So let's do 15%. Okay. Which could lead to some funny situations. That could be quite fun. It's a bit large. Each consumes mana again. Bloody hell. Each consumes mana again. Boosh. If undetected. If hiding. Can use to avoid detection. 50% chance per invocation circle level. That seems fun. Can be held still to avoid detection. Kind of like that. A little bit of corruption consumed from that. That's fine. Okay, what else we got? Duration. Indefinite. So it's going to cost no mana to use initially, but then each instance of reflecting something will. What else we got? Travel time. There's no travel time. Should have put NA for this, but whatever. Screw it, I'll do it. Oh my gosh. My brain's malfunctioning. Okay. This one, I guess, does have a travel time. Whatever. Instant. Icy surface. Not applicable. And we'll say this also not applicable. Okay, that should be kind of fine. So mana values I'll have to work out if there is mana at all. I kind of didn't want there to be mana, because it's lame. Oh yeah, I did have mana. Okay, it was in the resources, wasn't it? Health, mana, yes, okay. So it's dependent on intellect. I think that'll do for a start. We've got a few spells. 9 spells today. One advanced one in the Greater Stone Skin, but these I think should be fine for starter spells to give sort of an impression of what each family of magic can do. Like, there will be more damaging spells, but these ones are quite... See, for this you kind of have to balance utility versus crowd control versus damage. So there will be more damage coming, particularly in Conjuration. As you saw, this one does a little bit of damage, but it's kind of finicky. In that you're going to be trying to drop stuff on people, which is not going to be easy when you're aiming it with the left stick. Yeah, it's not meant for doing damage, that one. Direct damage is always going to be evocation as your main thing, but Conjuration will have some poison things. Disruption will also probably have some other indirect damage. And then of course this one can deal damage if people are in a group. Yeah, but we should be expanding it quite a bit. I think Invocation is always going to be the weird child, the weird one. So this one, for instance, is going to be like donning a magic mirror shield. Which I think I'm trying to just make stuff that has a lot of sort of puzzle utility and game objects utility. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I think that's all I've got the energy for today. I think my brain's had it. So I am going to say goodbye for today. For anyone who was watching, I hope you liked my solo stream. I realized that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Watching someone just work through magic, but if anyone is interested in this kind of thing, like game design, I hope you enjoyed. But like, yeah, I realize it's not for everybody. So, with that, thanks for hanging out, and that's all I've got to say. GG, and see you next time when Cooper will be back. And I think I'm gonna do more techno takeovers in the future. We might change up the music a little bit, but you know how it is. I think, yeah, I don't know. I quite enjoyed today, but I'm pretty knackered. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out.